Hi, this is Paul from experttrading.com, and this is the first look at the trading view bias heat map. So it's a bias depth. If I just at the bottom here, it's a heat map at the bottom, but it's 6 layers deep. So, and there's 3 settings. There's scalping, day trading, and swing trading. So depending on the time frame that you're trading, depends on the setting you're going to do. But what it does is it looks up time frames and tells you the bias. And we're going to do some different examples here on forex, futures, stocks, that sort of thing. Remember, there's 6 levels here. So what it does is, starting at the 1 minute, we go up in time frames all the way to the 30 minutes, when we're scalping. So when you're scalping on 30-second, 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute time frame, you would have this on this setting. We're going to go through a day trading scenario as well. So let's just go through a scalping scenario. So it doesn't really matter which type of trading strategy you're using, and I'm going to show different ones on this video. The bias heat map is almost your go no-go gauge. Because you want depth in that bias. So the direction you're going to trade, you want depth. So for example here, this is the 1 minute on European Japanese yen. A bat pattern forms, completes in the automated completion zone. So we're looking for a long. At this point here, the only 2 that are on the long are the higher time frames here. We're still sort of bearish and neutral with this yellow, bearish is red. So we don't jump into this trade straight away. We wait to see if the depth of this bias becomes a lot closer to us, and it does, you see here. And then all of a sudden, at this point here, you can get in early. At this point here, only 1 out of those 6 is actually neutral. The rest are bullish bias. A little bit further on, we get a 6-star buy on the expert algo, and all are bullish. That's the trade again. So 2 different trading strategies. With the harmonics, just waiting a little bit, patient for the bias depth to come to us. That heat map give us more bullish bias, and then we go. So that's scalping. We're using forex in this example. Now I'm going to be looking at something completely different, and something that we use with a roller coaster. We use Renko here on the trading view, and we have some great results with this, but we can actually confirm some of these trade setups. So here, this is our signal candle at this point. If we go down to the bias heat map, all green. Okay, we're on the 3 minute. Okay, we want to make sure that we're on scalping still. Yep, and there we go. So we get a really great looking trade. The trading stop gets taken out. Again, on this point here, we get a signal candle. The full bias, the depth of that bias is all green, all bullish. So we go, and again, the winning trade. Coming the other way, we get a signal candle here. The bias is all bearish. We get a great looking trade. So even on Renko, using this roller coaster, great results. Totally different strategy now. Oil, the range breakout strategy. So when we get that oil opening range, we can see here, although we get this the oil opening range, the tag is red, so we're only looking for shorts. But when we look down at the bias heat map here, this is on the 5 minute, so the setting we've got is day trading. Okay, we get this red tag, so we're only looking for shorts. Look at this bias, there's only 3 red, 3 neutral. It goes long. There is at this point, when it breaks out of that range, none of those biases are green. We are not going to trade that long. We're not going to get suckered into it. And look what happens, it runs out of juice, it comes back down again. Not only does it come back down, you can see now the bias, the depth of that bias, red, red, red. If I just go that big, 1, 2, 3 levels of bearish bias there. On this candle here, before it even breaks the bottom of that range, 4 4 out of 6 are bearish bias. This is a good trade. Our bias for our range is also red. We take the short trade there. Fantastic trade. Now swing trading. Again, we're using this, especially when we're swing trading, to for me, I've got to get all 6 in the right order for that bias for that trade. So if I get an expert algo signal down here, a 5-star sell, look at the depth bias here. The bottom is still green. That's going to put me off from taking that trade. We find support. Then we get an expert 6-star buy signal. All of the bias levels are green, so that there's great depth in that bullish bias. This is a daily time frame for BG, so we take that trade, and it's a great trade. So again, this bias depth heat map is really designed as a go no go gauge for whatever trading strategy you're using, and it's exclusively available on experttrading.com. Hopefully this helps. We're making more videos in the future.